the International Digital Dental Academy podcast. Welcome to the future of dentistry.
Hi everybody, today we're here in Palma at Exocad Insights and we're going to be running a few interviews. This first one we have the pleasure of chatting to Wally Renne.
I'm here.
Of MOD fame, 3D printing fame, guru, god of digital dentistry in the US.
Don't know about that. I don't know about all that, but yeah.
I'd say so. I'd say so. Yeah. So, what are we going to talk about, Wally?
I mean, let's talk about 3D printing.
Okay. Well, we all like 3D printing, right? 3D printing is the future of digital dentistry.
Yes, absolutely.
So I think, you know what, there's some really cool, exciting things going on at the minute. Why don't you tell us, first off, about some of those new developments you were talking about in the group? There's the new regulations in the US with resins.
Yes.
And how that's going to change things with zirconia particles and things like that.
Starting January 2023, there's completely new regulatory adjustments being made to the code, which enables dentists to be able to bill a printed restoration as a definitive ceramic restoration.
Nice.
So it's completely flipping the game of what's possible with printing. And what that's doing is it's causing companies to really innovate in the material space.
Focusing on that.
They're really focusing on having a high quality printable polymer with a high zirconia content, high filler content, low that's able to really hold up to ceramic counterparts.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to surpass what we've got with some of the milling materials that we have at present at some point?
Not anytime soon. So
aesthetics?
Aesthetics, yes. I mean, with printing, our aesthetics are getting better and better.
Yeah.
But when you talk about a milled polymer or a milled zirconia,
long term,
they're just really good materials that I'm not going to be able to tell you straight-faced that a printed material is going to exceed those mechanical properties.
No.
I'd be lying to you if I did say that. But what I will tell you is that we're going to be able to have printed resins that meet or exceed any milled polymer. Yes.
Well, that's one of the things that, we did the lecture and some of the things you've been posting recently. They're printed resins surpassing the properties of a milled composite material that you would use for inlays, onlays, that sort of thing.
Yes.
So realistically, you don't need a milling machine for the bread and butter dentistry that we do.
I mean, not really. I mean, it depends on your philosophy. Some people like zirconia and they only want zirconia. Monolithic zirconia, nothing else will work, right? But there's a group of clinicians that really believe that and mostly in the biomimetic crowd, that really believe that a material that has the mechanical properties that most closely match dentin and enamel are better than something that's super strong like a zirconia that's, the indestructible artificial thing in the mouth.
And you know what? We're not even going to go into the whole, polished versus non-polished and all of that. But the reality of composite, it works well, especially with people who wear the teeth. So, if we've got something that surpasses, I think there's going to hopefully be a middle road. Because don't forget, we used a lot of materials which were milled over the years with CAD-CAM, which had nowhere near the strength.
Phenomenal.
Of
I mean, let's talk about Vita Mark II, Empress, even the old Paradigm blocks from 3M. Sarah Smart 270, Tetric CAD. I mean, all these polymers have phenomenal success rates. In fact, if you look at the retrospective studies and also the systematic reviews and meta-analyses, those materials have phenomenal success rates, even when compared to zirconia and Emax, they're right up there. So how strong do we need to go? Well, with a bondable, printable resin, I think we're going to be able to offer a solution for those clinicians who don't want to buy a mill, but yet want to be able to offer same-day restorations to the
validated workflow, right?
Of course. Because what we're finding is that if you, say, print on a non-approved printer and you cure in a non-approved cure box, your mechanical properties could be
they do change.
Very, very different.
I mean, I've seen them myself. And listen, we kind of stay in the middle of this. There's this hot debate, validated, non-validated. But, at the end of the day, each their own with how you feel about it. But if you're going to put something in the patient's mouth, should it really be a controlled thing that's, you know that when that's done, it's done the right way, looks the best way, but also functions the right way. Well, so in those sort of situations, it's kind of necessary, right?
I mean, I got a kind of a sneak peek at all the testing that goes on from the back end. And for example, if you print a crown on a validated workflow, it should have a 95 or higher degree of conversion of the methacrylate esters.
Yeah.
When you do a direct resin, you're about 50-60%.
Wow.
When you print on a non-approved printer, you're at 50-60%.
So it's the same as like hand composite.
You might as well just squirt some composite and make a crown or something. I mean, the value of printing is that we could fine-tune a restoration to the perfect anatomical contours and then properly polymerize that using proper methods, which makes the mechanical properties skyrocket.
Do you know what? I don't think people probably realize, because it's all very new to a lot of people, 3D printing, and they just see a 3D printer that's sub 1,000 or a printer that's thousands. And you know what? I think you have to put it in terms that we all do composites, and those composites, we can see a massive variation in the light cure, right?
Sure.
So something which is really easy to think about. You get a crappy light cure, it's going to do a crappy job, and you're going to get a soggy bottom composite. So, it's going to have the same sort of impact.
And I don't blame people. I was right there, Adam. I had my $500 frozen printer, not to knock on any brand, because they make some good equipment, and I had
and they've got their own validated ones as well.
They do have validated ones, and that's important. But then but this was way back, and then I had my old homemade cure box was like, and I was like,
God, this was years ago, right?
This is awesome.
Do you know what? Years ago, these people, if they're listening and new to this, they don't probably know the old days of 3D printing where we were getting nail cures with these turning tables, putting them inside, putting them over glass mirrors.
All that. I love that stuff. But you know what? That kind of gave printing a bad name, because prosthetics would stain. They would break. They would wear. People say it looks like it came out of a Halloween teeth,
especially with denture teeth.
Oh yeah, it gave it a bad name. And I was so excited about it. I looked through that. But now when you talk about the manufacturers who are really trying to up the quality, so that we could seriously take this as a definitive, permanent tooth.
It's better for everything, especially I'll tell you what, to move on to a different subject. Looking around here at Insights, there's some really, really cool, like, new resins that people have been working on. There was one guy upstairs, I won't mention brands, but it had, what was it? It had a renewable, what did it have for goods? Soy resin. Soy resin.
It's a water washable.
So, I mean, I love stuff for models, right?
Yeah, for models.
Obviously, you're not going to put a soy-based tooth in a patient unless you can. I don't know. That'd be nice, right?
Who knows?
Renewables.
There's a certain population that might like organic, plant-based teeth. I think it's really cool to see the innovations. What an exciting time to be a dentist right now. I mean, it's incredible.
I just kind of think, more this year, there's so many milling machines. I kind of think they're all kind of spreading out more and more, but I don't know how long that's got left in it. How many years do you reckon?
I think we're about a decade. We're a good 10 years where milling is still going to be around. I mean, and this is a guy coming. Right? I'm all about printing, right? But milling, your monolithic zirconias and your polyether ketones and all those like industrial grade polymers, your titaniums and your cobalt chromes, all good technology. But there's room for printing, and I think where printing is going to really take off is your average general dentist. They're not going to get a mill.
No.
They're going to get a printer, maybe some phenomenal software like Exocad, and they're going to just go crazy doing amazing dentistry with that printer.
Well, I'll tell you another thing I think is probably something that will expand more in printing is printing with resins. At the end of the day, the human body, for all the metals, that sort of material that we use, it's very, very proven and hard and long wearing. The human body isn't metal. So, if we've got things that we can use in validated workflows, really fine-tuned so that it picks up properties of flex, movements of the jaw, that sort of thing, dynamic things that the body has, then maybe that'll work better long term. I don't know. obviously.
Well, I mean, I have a few printed crowns in my mouth, Adam. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And
practice where you preach, right?
You got to. The studies are showing that printed resins wear about the same rate as enamel.
Yeah.
So they're able to. You get little wear facets in them. They're able to be dynamic. And what's really cool is there's no limit on thickness.
No.
We routinely print 0.5 millimeter thick occlusal overlays and just bond them on.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, some of the things like we get with Exocad now, where we're doing Smart Creator, I know you're a big fan of.
Big fan.
Where we're printing direct composite additions.
Love it.
Future composite bonding, obviously.
I got rid of the option
stents.
I don't do that. No more stents.
Right?
No injection molded. I mean, think
keep
about
your contacts better.
Everything's perfect.
Yeah. A bit of ortho, pre-ortho, align, bond.
Always do a little bit of a pre-ortho liner.
Yeah.
And then a no prep, minimum prep, conservative printed veneer.
Yeah.
You could print
minimal dentistry.
300 microns thick, easy on a printer.
That's nice.
It's beautiful.
Right. We talked enough printer. Why don't we finish off? Tell us about you, Wally.
Me?
Tell the audience, where are you from? How did you get into doing all this digital stuff?
15 years in academics.
Yeah.
I started the first 2-year master's degree in digital dentistry back in the USA.
Yeah.
I know you guys are well known for that. And I have a passion for teaching digital dentistry. I mean, I just want everybody to know how much fun it is.
Yeah, it is fun, right?
To use this technology on your patients.
Definitely.
I mean, I wouldn't practice without it.
Do you know what? I think some of the best things that I do in the daytime, the things that I love beyond the physical side of dentistry, is when you've got a patient, you show them the video, you show them the 3D interactive side, and their eyes open, and they see what's there. That's just a beautiful thing, right?
It's amazing.
Consent, perfect.
It's a way to really explain what you could achieve.
Yeah.
So we have a training center, of course, the MOD Institute, where we train people from all over how to do.
This is new, right? You set this up after moving from MUSC?
That's right. So this is all my kind of center, and then I also have a practice where I implement those very same workflows into patient care.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of 3D printed mock-ups and trial smiles, and even we have probably over 1,000 3D printed veneers in place.
Wow, that's
permanent,
impressive.
Permanent.
Over 1,000.
Don't tell anybody. Yeah. Yeah. No, but the patients love them because there's FDA cleared resins for that indication of use for permanent veneers.
Yeah.
And we price them at a rate they could afford.
Yeah. And I think that's another thing is that with composite, not everybody can afford the full, E-marks or whatever.
I love E-marks, by the way. It's great, but not everybody can afford it.
No, exactly. So if we open up a different market and keep minimal, it's got to be
very
good for
minimum.
the patient.
It's reversible usually.
Yeah.
Very affordable.
Yeah.
And we have follow-ups now, and they look beautiful.
Yeah.
They still look beautiful.
And I don't think there's probably the appreciation from, the crowd who do a lot of composite bonding, and just how much it's going to be a game changer for them.
It's
rather than
completely
putting stents in, Also, I don't know if you've seen this, like a thing in the UK, and it's
isn't it like that mold, like a little
with,
clear?
Yeah, with metal strips in between.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, listen, each their own. But the benefit of composite bonding with individual pieces, you can keep a really nice curved contour without worrying about stray margins.
Yeah.
I think that's going to solve a lot of problems.
Printed resin veneers will replace direct resin.
Yeah.
And there's even people in the States doing all their fillings printed.
Yeah. So, I mean,
crazy.
Beautiful, exciting times.
It's exciting.
Right?
I love it.
Should we say about the 3D printing event? Should we announce it?
Well, I thought that was a secret.
It is a secret. Well, maybe we should give them a glimpse without a specific date. I don't know. We can always cut this.
That's right. That's right.
So we're thinking that you might want to come back to Palma next year. We'll be doing a 3D printing event, IDDA X MOD. It's going to be a worldwide event, so we're going to have some international speakers. Watch this space, that's going to be very cool. So hopefully the website will be up and running. We can tag along this when we announce this.
That's right. Can't wait.
Otherwise, it's been a lovely chatting to you. Right?
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Definitely. All right.
Take care.
The International Digital Dental Academy podcast. Welcome to the future of dentistry.